Welcome back. Charlie and Rich here, Operation Legacy Coaching Series, Exercise 17. What do you really want in life? This is where we start thinking about applying those gifts and talents and abilities, like we talked about in the last exercise, and focusing in on all the areas of our life wheel, what we really want in life. What do you think about, Charlie, when you think about what do you want in life?
Well, Rich, thanks. As we introduce this topic, Exercise 17, found on page 154, we want you to always keep the life wheel in front of you, because that life wheel has 12 slices to the pie. And as you transition out, or if you've been out for a while, you've got priorities. It's almost impossible to do every single thing, 12 different pieces of your life wheel every single day. Let's take the example of finance. If you're not financially set, that's going to put a lot of pressure on you, so that should be probably one of the primary things you work on. And that goes along with the job or the profession or the business. And we just discussed in the other session before this, a business may be for you, but finance is the main point I want to make here. If you don't have a strong family bond, family relationships, because you know what, as we're transitioning out, and even if we've been out, there are pressures and stress that builds up if there's not a good financial picture or relationship with the family. You know, we mentioned earlier when we spoke of budget, monthly budget or financial planning, I don't know if the statistic has changed, and I don't want to put a downer on this subject, so I'm going to say it with a smile. For many, many years, divorce rate is 50% in America. And that's really a bad and a sad commentary. So don't place yourself in life where you've got so much pressure that it ends up in divorce. Flip the coin over. When you think about what you really want in life, sit down and really become introspective. You know, think about your purpose. What is your purpose on this earth? What am I here to do? How strong do I want my family relationship? And what is it financially that's going to set me free so that I don't have to be so burdened and pressured with a lack of funds? If you have a strong feeling that you want to volunteer somewhere, then make that part of your life. Make sure that when you use your daily planner to budget every step of your life, that it's a good balance for you. Because when you look in the mirror every single day, you have to be happy with yourself. As they say, you have to be happy inside your own skin.
Okay. Charlie, you're getting into some really important areas here, because life is made up of material and non-material aspects. Mm-hmm. And for the material, food, clothing, and shelter is necessary. We talk about savings, and we talk about those types of things. But if you really look at the lasting joy and at the health of mind, body, and spirit, it comes from the non-material slices of the pie. So we are conditioned, and through constant advertising and repetitive exposure, advertisers would like us to focus on needs and thirst for material things and for just getting more money and more things and more stuff. But everybody really knows inside that that's not where the true long-term happiness comes from. Some people are gifted and talented with making money and for amassing wealth. Those are the people that should be giving the most away to helping others, because if you just focus on materialism, that is just short-term gain, and that hunger will never go away. So you want to get in line, like Charlie said, with your purpose, your gifts and talents. Why are you here? Not only to help yourself, support yourself and your family, but your community. But you want to have a balance with the material and the non-material elements in life.
Right. Now, if I could just add, Rich,
sure.
Let's flip the coin over. Rich is absolutely correct in what he just said. Now, you may be thinking out there, okay, maybe I heard Rich say that monetary and material things aren't really that important. They are important if you have a good balance in your life, and one of your core values is to give back. There is nothing there is nothing wrong in creating wealth. There is nothing wrong in becoming a millionaire, as long as you've done it by not hurting others, as long as one of your core values is giving back. Now, Many people think this discussion is very interesting when it comes to financial wealth. But you have to live your life based on what brings value to you in your life. When you look in the mirror every morning, you have to be very happy with what you see. And if wealth building is good for you, then that is great. I personally believe that if once we create wealth, now we have something to give. There was a man one time that said, I can tell a person, speaking financially only, I can tell a person, financially speaking, by the people he hangs around with. If you hang around 4 broke people, you're going to be the 5th. Because birds of a feather flock together. So when we're talking about what is truly inspirational and what is truly important in your personal life, and you look at the list on page 156, health is not material, yet it's very important to your life. Your family's relationships is not material, but if that's not important to you, then you might want to review that, because at the end of the day, when the world throws stuff at you, at the end of the day, all you have is you and your family. And that has to be, that bond and that strength has to be there. When you talk about your faith and your spirituality, that's not monetary, that's not material, yet it's spiritual. If you're not happy inside, and if there's a void, maybe you need to strengthen your spirituality. And when you go to the core values, and we discussed that a few sessions ago, spirituality is one of them. And that happens to be my core values. So I shared with you early on that whether my decisions are small or whether they're large, they have to do with the aspect of spirituality. Because when I'm really true to my core, life becomes a little bit easier. And when I can face myself in the mirror and be happy, then that makes life a little bit easier for you.
That's great. So I think the takeaway, and in closing with this, is as you're filling out the areas of the life wheel in this exercise, don't place boundaries on your or limits on yourself. Dream big. This is a brainstorming exercise for you to dream big. Think about that future vision. We don't want you to work underneath your potential. Right. So in order to work at your potential, which is usually greater than many people think, you want to be able to dream. You want to be able to vision on a very large scale. Then as you put your action planning in place, you'll be able to look at all the different elements and put together a realistic action plan that will probably take you farther than you thought you could go before. So really get in a comfortable place. Go ahead and open up your aperture and take the blinders off and really dream big on these elements, because we're going to start getting into the goal setting and the reality of now getting from point A to point B.
Right. One of the last things, and thank you for that, Rich, one of the last things that I want you to really think about, we want you to think about this because it is absolutely factual. You will never rise above your self-image. You will never, ever rise above your self-image. And so that is why when you look in the mirror, and I'm going to keep repeating that, because when you look in the mirror, you have to feel good about yourself. You have to feel good about your skills, talents, and abilities. And in these exercises, you've jotted them down, you've journaled them. When you see that list of everything that you're about, it should make you feel great. Okay, so I'm just going to say it one more time. You will never, ever, ever rise above your self-image. So make sure that you continuously work on uplifting yourself, understanding that you have value that you bring to the world, understanding that you are unique. There is no one else on this globe like you. Not even twins are identical in a molecular sense. Okay? Everyone is different and unique.
That's right. So use this in good health. Keep in mind your gifts, spirits, abilities, your talents. Dream big so that you can then put together a realistic action plan that'll take you farther than otherwise. Thanks a lot, and come on back after you complete the exercise.
More to come. Thank you.